Alright, welcome to a quick look at a mod that takes DLSS-3 Frame Generation and makes it into FSR3 Frame Generation. I'm running, you can see in the top left, an RTX 3070. In the video settings here we can see that I am running Frame Generation on. So this mod again takes Nvidia's frame generation and pipes it into FSR, or converts the call into FSR3 R3 setting. The FSR3 compatible calls, and it works really great. I get about double the FPS. I have locked my frames to 117, that's why you can see that. I've also turned some of the settings down here to kind of just maintain that all the time for maximumness. I do not feel any bad input lag or anything like that. And I'm gonna play a little bit so you can show if you see weird artifacts stuff that bothers you. And this is Bright Memory Infinite, a game that is supporting the latest DLSS Frame Generation technique. This mod only works on Nvidia RTX graphics card, the 2 and 3 series. If you have a 4 series card, you do not need this modification. I'm sure you can use it, but I'm pretty certain that the DLSS Frame Generation is a better option than converting it into FSR3. I don't want to mess too much with settings. But the settings I'm running here is, I think I can do this, right? The big thing here is that in this game, the ray tracing is a real hog of, performance. And it can dip really low. But I think using DLSS with the quality settings and frame generation to maximize the smoothness is what I want for this particular game. And I'm just gonna showcase this again for you to kind of see if you can spot any like artifacts and stuff like that. Again, since I'm running this game in like maybe 60 frames per second, natively, and then frame generation being added, input lag is going to be maybe around the 50 frames per second input feel. I don't feel any particularly bad about that. It feels nice, responsive. Can't tell. I could play competitive, but online multiplayer or whatever, and it would be perfectly fine. I feel the mouse is really responsive, everything. Haven't seen any real ghosting artifacts that bothers me. So you should not use this mod with online multiplayer games, since this is hooking into DLL files of the games. You can get banned. So only for single player games. And how you do install is that you download the file from the link below. It's a great guy that has made this awesome modification that gives extra oomph to our RTX 2 and 3 series graphics card. Amazing work. So you download the file, you extract the file. In there you're gonna read the readme file, but the basic thing is that you need to run a regedit file that will disable a DLSS safety check that Nvidia have. And then you will put the files, 2 files that will be the mod that will convert stuff, and convert the DLSS frame generation into FSR. This is version 0.5 of the mod. And yeah, you place it the DLSS files by the executable file, then you run the game. There will be a pop-up telling you, hey, this is not the official DLSS frame generation or FSR. And then you can go into your game, you can enable DLSS and frame generation. Now, very important, the game needs to support DLSS frame generation, right? Otherwise it will not work. It will not enable frame generation for, you know, for DLSS games that don't have frame generation. Game need to natively support DLSS-3 frame generation.
Shelly, a strong electromagnetic pulse wave is expected to hit in several minutes. Be ready for it.
But so far it feels like a super awesome modification here. Again, when I'm playing here, I don't notice any artifact that is bugging me, you know, specific to frame generation or DLSS in that matter of fact. It just feels super nice, super smooth. It gives my GPU headroom here by giving me ability to crank some of the settings a little bit. Now I would like to toggle frame generation on and off to showcase you, but I have had some slight bugginess when I've done that. So I don't want to mess too much because I don't want to mess this video up. But you know, you can pretty much, if I'm running this now without frame generation, I might get 80 FPS, maybe even 90, who knows, at these particular settings. But you know, with this I can get a fixed stable 117, super smooth, looks really nice. I can even turn on ray tracing. Let's try this. Hopefully this won't crash anything. It is scary. Yeah, so highest ray tracing settings. Video settings here. We are now running in 3840 by 1080. I have a texture quality high. Highest, quality highest. The highest settings here, balanced frame generation. So really super high settings here, right? And I'm getting a fixed, nice, smooth frame rate of just about 117. These settings will dip down. I will not be able to keep this at keep these settings for sure.
How's the situation? Everything okay?
No problems here. Where's the next target?
Let me try something. I'm sorry for this. I don't know if this is... okay.
There's a road just
Here we
outside
go.
the temple. In the back. Head that way.
I think that's the texture quality is the, you know, the size of the textures. So give me a little bit more headroom for so VRAM doesn't run out. Wanted to give that. But you be the judge here of if you think this is, you know, not looking good, looking terrible. Again, when I'm playing, I don't notice any like frame generation artifacts. They are here, I know that. I did like a super quick movement in a spot and I could see some. Overall, it is just so great getting the smoothness in. And again, when I'm playing here, I don't feel a negative bad input delay. I really don't. I know that there isn't going to be, this is not native 120 input delay, you know. It is worse. But I don't feel it. What I feel is the smoothness. And it adds so much to the gameplay. Like running this on with the highest, you know, the highest ray tracing on. DLSS is balanced still, but you know, highest ray tracing. And getting this, you know, really smooth feel to it. It's really amazing. I also wish that, you know, I like technologies like ray tracing, DLSS Frame Generation, DLSS, you know, XeSS, FSR2, 3, etc. And I'm not team Nvidia, but they have had features that I like more than the. You know, they were first out with ray tracing stuff, so it's been a natural thing. You can see some ghosting on my crosshair. That might be the frame generation. You can see that, right? There's the little dot there. Yeah, a little dot here gets some ghosting. That is definitely not something that bothers me. It can be definitely super bothersome to some of you. Not denying that there are, you know, artifacts when you use frame generation. I would wish I had the RTX 4 card to try, you know, the Nvidias. You can also see there's some text around the gun here that gets very ghost and blurry here. But the red dot is the most noticeable thing. But when I'm playing, you know, I'm not really that focused on it, so it doesn't super bother me. And if I'm playing here, it doesn't seem to be affecting this one. Obviously, I would like to turn off frame generation to showcase. You know what? We're gonna risk it. If I start dropping frames like crazy, I'm gonna stop the video just. I need to showcase this without frame generation, so you guys can see that. There we go. So now I only get 80 to 90 frames here, right? Okay, you can see there, the red dot is much more stable. Might only have very minor, like DLSS ghosting, maybe, or just... It could just be the effect of the author, you know, that he has a little bit of a trail going. I don't know. Need to disable DLSS altogether for that. But you know, again, I can only get around 80 frames, and then with frame generation, hopefully this doesn't crash it again. Here we go. Oh, you got extra smoothness 170. Yeah, you can see the crosshair there, the red dot bugged out. But when I'm playing, you know, it's not something that is bothering me. It's not that I'm super focused on. It's not like huge errors. There's a boss here, that's why I'm not walking out. So let's end this video with me maybe dying to the boss here. So this mod will only work on RTX 2 or 3 series card, only on games that support.
Beat me and I'll tell you.
You sound confident.
Only on games that do support DLSS Frame Generation.
There's no escape.
Oh, there we die. I got stuck on something I couldn't dodge. And again, do not use this mod in online multiplayer games. It will not end well for you with that, probably.
Beat me and I'll tell you.
You sound confident.
Come at me. There's no escape.
Oh, righty then. Rough boss. It would have been nice to end with me beating the boss, but doesn't seem to be happening, unfortunately. I don't remember if I have to parry this boss or if I can just shoot like crazy.
Beat me and I'll tell you.
You sound
It looks like I
confident.
can just shoot if I wanna.
can't hit me, eh? Behind you! Don't expect that gun to help you heal.
Come on.
Did you really think you could win like that?
There we go.
Time's up, that's all!
Ooh, jeez.
Meet me at Trancom Pavilion in 1 hour.
Shelia, there's a hurricane closing in. Evacuate the area.
Do I have a secure route?
You should be able to see a mountain from behind the temple. Head there. The hurricane! Run! And don't look back! Jump over the cliff.
What? Mouse? What was... which one? Grapple? I did not pay attention to what they wanted me to do there. These quick time events.
Run! And don't look back!
Right, there we did drop frames when it was loading in.
Jump over the cliff.
Okay, it was grappling.
See the mountain? We're almost there. Don't give up now. Shelia, what's the situation?
I'm okay. There's several enemy ships heading toward the black hole.
We'll rethink the plan. Take a rest for...
Right, did drop a ton of frames again there.
Shelia, according to the sensors, the black hole is generating a stream of unstable pulse waves. You won't be able to use your exo unit or weapons.
What do I do?
Look around for something to protect yourself.
There we go, right. It did drop frames, but that was for the recording, not for the actual gameplay. I'm guessing my GPU was just hammered to pieces. I'm gonna stop here. As you can see, now I'm just barely getting around 117 frames. Just barely here. It's super smooth and everything, and the highest settings of ray tracing, balanced DLSS quality mode, and you know, without frame generation. Let's finish off with turning it off. I get 80 frames. It's not bad, you know, 80 frames, it's still good. 75, 78 to 80. It's still good performance, you know. 60 frames, if you lock this game to 60 frames, it's playable. You probably cannot see the entire, you know, the smoothness, unfortunately. So you're just gonna have to trust the numbers, but now it is so much smoother. We have it. Return to main menu. Yes. I'm probably gonna remove So this is the mod that takes DLSS Frame Generation and turns it, you know, pipes it into the FSR Frame Generation. Safety reason, I'm gonna remove this mod for now, so it doesn't get bad stuff happening. I'm gonna turn that one down. There we go. And the settings. Right, that is not... I haven't fixed this scene yet, sorry for that. Just gonna fit to... Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, well, I need to fix this scene in OBS. Let me remove that, and yeah, I'm gonna just do a quick talk ending here. I need to do some quick tinkering. We go. So again, this is the mod that takes and turns DLSS Frame Generation into FSR, and it works really great. I think it's amazing what's been done, what, you know, can be done. Yeah, it's really great. And quite interesting, you know, what can be done is, you know, just like, holy crap. Really amazing that it can be done. I don't know, you know, how it's supposed to be that greatly done. But yeah, it has been done and it's amazing. I really like, again, the technologies like this. I think it's really fascinating. Can be done, and it just works really amazing. Really does. You know, hard to say anything else than it really works. Does really work amazing. And gonna leave a link to the mod below, and again, to install it, you download it. This is version 0.5 of it, and you unpack the file. You need to run a reg file there to disable the Nvidia's DLSS safety check there, or the DLL files. Then you take 2 DLL files, you put them by the executable of the game, and you know, when you run a game, you get a pop-up telling you that, you know, this is not native FSR or, you know, DLSS or anything like that, and, you know, don't use this with online games because you can get a ban. So don't use this in Fortnite, Warzone, PUBG, Valorant or anything like that. I don't know. Fortnite, I do believe, support frame generation. Don't use it in that, at least, you know, or any other of those. But yeah, and then you can go into settings, enable DLSS. You have to enable DLSS because DLSS, if you don't enable DLSS, you pretty much, my knowledge, cannot really enable frame generation. So you enable that, you enable DLSS, and then you enable frame generation, and you know, it might work better or worse in some games. Right now, it is a disclaimer that HDR games are probably not working correctly, might or might not, might crash. So it's up to you if you feel that you want to try that or not. This is why I'm playing, you know, in SDR. I don't know if this game, Bright Infinite, supports Bright Memory Infinite, that supports HDR or not, but that's why I went for SDR anyways, just for 100% certainty that there wouldn't be any problems. And I think that's it for the video here, you know. Input lag is fine. You know, if you don't mind input lag playing at like 60 to 80 frames natively, you know, and then you enable this mod, you will get more frames, but about the same input lag. So it's amazing. It works so good. Really fascinating, this technology. I hope more games will, you know, support native like FSR frame generation implementation. And you know, I wish I could get again an RTX 4 to try the native Nvidia, but yeah, not at the moment. There's not gonna be a possibility for me to grab an RTX 4 card, so sadly. But you know, thank you for watching this. Try this if you wanna do it. You know, watch this closely, this video, to try to see if there are artifacts that are, you know, game breaking to you. I could only really tell, you know, the red dot crosshair thing. Other than that, there's just no real game breaking frame generation bug in this game using this mod for me. So wanted to point this one out to let you guys know about it, and so you can try it and give your own impression of it, and you know, yeah, just play around with it. And that's it for this video. Stay tuned for more normal like playthroughs and let's tries and stuff like that. You can follow the channel, check back to the channel if you don't want to miss stuff, and leave a comment, you know, about this mod or games that it works with or that or whatever, or you know, leave a thumbs up or down depending on what you feel the quality of the video is. And if nothing else, have a great day till next time, and bye for now.